Hello everybody. Hello YouTube. Hello art history enthusiasts and visual culture aficionados. It's me again, Miss M, and I'm back with yet another video. What am I going to be doing today? I'm going to be doing another one of these. Where is it? This one. Coffee Break, The Shining, Viewer Mail. That was part 1. Today I'm going to do part 2. I felt inspired. I felt like switching on the thing and talking. I have been busy, as usual, up the wazoo, and I've got more stuff to do tomorrow and the day after tomorrow and then the day after that, and etc., and so on and so forth. Okay, I think in the last video I told you, got a new stove. Okay, then after that, the dishwasher is still on the fritz, but I can wait for that. I had to get a new TV. What else? Oh, new curtains. Had to install, it's for 2 windows, and the store only had enough for 1 window, so I gotta wait for the other window's curtains in the mail, and it's a mess. And plus, on top of all of that stuff, I work. Ugh. Just too much. Anyway, here we are again. And I wanted to talk about a couple of things today. 2 things that one that has been brought to my attention by a commenter. And one thing that I kind of found on my own. Maybe some of you already know about it, but I felt like sharing anyway. So just like the last viewer mail video, I'm just going to go through comments. And some of you guys' comments are very long, and I don't know if I can cover everything. I left off at the Understanding the Shining Part 5, those comments in Viewer Mail Part 1, and I think I'm gonna pick up from there, okay, from that video. I've got Part 6, the Viewer Mail Part 1, and hello Tancred, I'm gonna talk about this too, because one of his comments is very interesting, and please do look at his channel, Tancred of Tales' channel. He's just like me, not a lot of subscribers, but you know, I've watched a couple of his videos. They're pretty good. They're good conversational videos, and I like that kind of thing. So there's that. So I'm gonna shout him out, and this is my latest one, Part 7. Okay, you guys, whoever's been watching this, I dropped this video, as you can see here, on the 16th, and today's the very early in the morning on the 23rd. It's a little past midnight on the 23rd, so 23 minus 16. Okay, so 7 days. Wow. Yeah? 7 days. Okay, so in 7 days, look it. You know, it's already in my, where's the thing? It's already a part of my popular uploads. The most popular one is Part 4, and then alternately the other ones. Yeah, where are we? Yeah, Part 7 is already in my popular uploads category. Well, I don't know why the Hunter Biden is ahead of it. It's got less views, but whatever. So there's that. So thank you, all of you. By the way, let me get to the church announcements. Returning viewers, thank you for returning. New viewers, thank you for being new. Subscribers, thank you for subscribing. All 95 of you. This is awesome. I'm kind of happy about that number. It's not a lot, but I'm, slowly climbing, slowly reaching more people. And those of you who are brand new, like brand new, thank you for taking a chance and clicking on the link and watching my stuff. Please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share the video if you know somebody who's into this kind of nonsense. And that's that. And also, yeah, it's going to be a paid promotion, but just like the last one, if you want to know what I'm flogging in this video, you're going to have to go into the description and click on the links. Okay, that's how I'm going to do it. Always, it's going to be a surprise from now on. And I need to get like off my fanny and like start promoting more stuff on Twitter and Instagram. I like the guy said, like the good man said on TikTok. There's a man on TikTok. He's an animal lover. He's a dog lover, and he's the one who's made it kind of popular. His phrase that he says all the time: "White women ain't scared of shit." That guy. And he did a TikTok one time, and he said, if you're not, I think I've mentioned this before, if you're not doing so great, trying to do a little side hustle career on social media, YouTube, TikTok, Twitter, Instagram, whatever, don't feel bad. Don't feel bad. You know why you're not successful, or as successful as all these other people who seem to kind of effortlessly just get all kinds of clicks and views. It's because you have a job. That's why. And, he's right. That job eats up a lot of time. And then, household things and family things, that eats up a lot of time. So thank you, sir. I'm gonna have to find his TikTok video and shout him out next time. He's awesome. And I've already shouted out Exorcist reviews. I know he is a kind of regular commenter. I think he's probably been pretty busy lately. Haven't heard Exorcist reviews. Haven't heard from you in a while on Instagram, so I assume you are busy, just like me. Tancred, I'm going to shout Tancred out today, and another one who another commenter who brought a really good website and a really good YouTube channel to my attention, and I'm going to share it with you because it's awesome. And then another thing, like I said, so before I get into these comments, which look at some of them, where are some of them? Y'all like to write, and I think that's great. I love it. Look at all this, you guys. You guys, this is awesome. I'm so happy that you guys are having these conversations and everything. And, oh Lord, am I going to be able to read through all of this? I don't want this video to last 3 hours. Oh, I'm already kind of well known for like doing videos that are a little too long. I showed some of my videos to people and they were like, your video is 2 hours long. And I said, yeah, and they said, nobody's going to watch for that long. And I said, not nobody. I know I have a niche audience. I know that, people who are into this are really into this. But I'm going to, get into it. Some of y'all, John, if you're watching, John, your comments, you comment a lot, and that's awesome. But sometimes your comments end up getting, YouTube just eats them. And I don't know why or how that happens, so I apologize. By the way, I'm not an expert in this technology yet. So if you don't get an acknowledgement from me, if I don't like your comments like right away or all the time or whatever, that means it might have gotten eaten, or there's like so many of them, like, I don't get around to it and then I forget about it. And again, I got that job, and laundry and dishes and grocery shopping and my other side hustle, and no, it's too much. It's too much. So I don't know if I'm going to get through all of this today. This is just part 5. And I lined all of these videos up like shots. And I said, I'm going to get through all these comments. Am I? I don't know. Look, I'm rethinking my strategy at this point. Because y'all are dedicated. And I'm just so overjoyed about that. I don't have a lot of subscribers, but the ones I do have, my regular viewers, you guys are obviously ride or die, and I adore you for that. Now, let me just, let me see here. Oh, yeah. Let me see all of this here. Oh, Lord. Yeah. Sometimes your comments don't come through, and I don't even have a chance to look at them. Like, I think I already said that. But let me, before I get into any of these comments for the viewer mail, let me go ahead and share the stuff that I wanted to share with you. This account Anno Domini 1991, commented. And Anno Domini, if you're watching, the comment that you included with the link to this channel, it got eaten. And I would, if I hadn't checked my email, which I don't check all the time, if I hadn't checked the email, I wouldn't have seen it. So thank you, Anno Domini. I appreciate it so much, and I just wanted to let you know that I did see it in my email, but I didn't see it on YouTube. So that's the kind of thing I'm dealing with. But Anno Domini, your channel looks really interesting, and I'm gonna kind of like get into, there it goes, I've subscribed. I don't know why I forgot to do that. Like I said, my head's been all over the place lately. But I just subscribed, and Anno Domini shared with me this channel. It's Delta Builder, and this individual, Delta Builder, does all of these computer generated kind of, oh, what's the word? Can't think of it. It's been a long day. It's been a long week. It's been a long month. It's been a long year. It's the year of the tiger, by the way. So if like stuff is messing up in your life and it's like pandemonium and chaos, it's because it's the year of the tiger. Somebody told me that. And I said, oh my God, all my stuff's breaking down and I have to do repairs that like I've been putting off forever, and like everything's just been going kerplooey and whatever. And they're like, oh no, it's the year of the tiger. That's why. You know, be happy that it's just stuff breaking down. And I'm like, okay, so let me shut up and stop complaining. So anyway, this Delta Builder that Anno Domini pointed me to, and I've subscribed to them too, they do like computer generated kind of, is it a schematic? I don't know what the word is, but computer generated images or walkthroughs or whatever, various rooms or spaces or areas in the Overlook Hotel. And even like the Boulder, Colorado apartment, where the Torrances lived before Jack got the job at the Overlook. Okay, so like, please do check out this channel. The videos are in some cases very, very short as 9 seconds long, or 6 seconds long. Some of them like are a little, I wish they were a little longer. This one, the boiler room one, is interesting. It's 4 minutes and 9 seconds. Danny's ride through the Colorado Lounge, and so on and so forth. So please do check it out. And I'm gonna show you their website, Delta Builders website. It's called The Shining Sets, a digital reconstruct. Okay, so that's what it's called. It's a digital reconstruction, render images of all sets from the movie The Shining. Okay. This is really good. I'm going to leave it in the description. All right. This person is dedicated. They're kind of similar to like one of the channels that I might have to add them, by the way, to my, no, that's not it. I have to go back to my homepage. There's this lady. Okay. There's this lady. There she is. Marina Coates. That's my featured one. Some of my featured channels. I'm going to have to include Tankard and Anno Domini and Delta Builder and whatever when I get around to it. But this lady, Marina Coates, does same thing, or very similar to this one. Digital reconstructions of famous homes from TV and movies and whatever. She's really good. And Delta Builder does that for The Shining. So let's just go ahead and click on one of them just so you can, oh, and they have pages to be made. Ooh. Okay. So this one is an interesting one. Let's scroll down. Hold on. The apartment. And when they say apartment, they don't mean the apartment in Boulder, Colorado. No, they mean the apartment that the Torrances live in the hotel. So I'm just scrolling down. Whoever this person is, and I don't know because I haven't really looked into it very deeply, but whoever is making these is, wow. Look at this. And now look, this picture of the hallway, where Danny sees those creepy little twins. look at what they did. They did this photo, this digital reconstruction. They did it from Danny's perspective. This is like a short person looking down the hallway. And Danny is short because he's only 4 years old, but also he's even shorter because he's sitting down on the tricycle. This is his perspective. Look at how like huge and overwhelming and ominous this looks from this perspective of a tiny little kid on a tricycle. And when I get to this part of the movie, oh Lord, 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 these armoires here in the hallway. You know how I said in one of my prior videos that the elevators, the blood spewing elevator, that the one on the left that's spewing blood symbolizes Wendy, and the other one on the right that stays shut, that symbolizes Jack. Well, a similar thing is going on here with these armoires. Look at them. Look at them. He left out one little detail, which we will see when we get to that part of the movie. I don't know when that's going to be. You're just going to have to stay with me. But these doorknobs, or these handles, or whatever, on these armoires, these doors can't stay closed. They're for, when you have old kitchen cabinets or whatever, and the latch doesn't work and the damn thing won't stay closed. So some people just go ahead and fix it like normal people. Other people just do crazy shit like tying them with a little piece of like butcher twine or something. So that's the only detail that Delta Builder left out, the twine that is keeping these doors from opening like wide open. That's one of the things. But like I said, this is a great website and a great channel. Look at this. Look at the sets. They reconstruct the sets of a lot of different places in the hotel, Allman's office. The books in here, I checked, they are not, I think, authentic to the movie. I think they just used whatever books they could find. Like, I don't think, what book is this? Bone Girl? Yeah, I don't think that was even published when the movie was made, but like, what do I know? I don't think so. I really don't. But the little refrigerator. What I thought was, I have to like pay attention to this part of the movie when the refrigerator in the apartment in the hotel is on screen. I need to pay attention because look at what we have here next to the refrigerator. So I don't know if this is original to the movie or Delta Builder just like felt like putting it there. It's a big green can of Heinz sweet relish. Why would this ever be there? Again, if this is like based on the movie, no problem. If he's just, having a little fun, no problem. But now they've got me thinking. Delta Builder has me thinking like, okay, was that really there in the movie? And if it was, like, who needs that much relish? You know what I mean? Like, who needs a Costco sized can of relish? I don't. I like relish, but oddly enough, I hardly ever buy it. And if I do buy a bottle of it, it like hangs out in the refrigerator for months, and then I end up throwing it away. But anyway, so that's that. Then this is the dressing table, which is interesting. Like, look at this. Oh, with the bathroom door reflected, of course. The dressing table. This is just not the right place for it. It doesn't fit in this corner. Like, why? Why, oh, why is this thing here? And then, a reconstruction of what it probably looked like in the studio where the set was built. And then this, I wanted to show you this, these freaking stairs. And it's probably not a he, I don't know. Wendy's ascent. Okay, so this is the staircase where Wendy climbs the staircase after, Jack goes downstairs to deal with Halloran. Okay. These are creepy stairs. And the walls in this part of the hotel are... I just don't know. And, this is pretty recent. So they've done this pretty recently. But this is... What the hell is this? What is this thing? Oh, dear. Is that a light? It looks like a studio light, so I'm like, is this like a hand grenade? What's going on? Never mind. It's probably a studio light. Anyway, this leads me to this. This here leads me to this here. Okay. I found out about this recently. I was poking around on the internet, and I found this, and somebody made this comparison. Wendy's Ascent. That's what it's called, right? Wendy's Ascent up these creepy ass stairs. And they compared it to Nosferatu. And Nosferatu climbing these stairs. Interesting, right? Really interesting. And what this tells me is when I said, where is the thing? When I said evil Wendy, I meant it. Because it looks like Stanley is visually comparing her to this character in the Nosferatu movie, and we know this one is a vampire. So is he not just a vampire, but like a mean, evil vampire? And so look at the shadow and the hand, the way that the hand is almost identical to the Nosferatu shadow. So I think that Stanley is trying to tell us, hey, he's drawing a parallel between her and this character over here. So he's kind of letting the viewer know, by again referencing, and I told you, I think he referenced or cited the Imamura movie, The Human Insect, and The Haunting. The original novel was by Shirley Jackson. And here's another one, Nosferatu. All right, so he's letting you know that you don't trust her. Don't trust her. Don't take her word for anything. What her motivations are. Again, as Bailey Sarian would say, suspicious. Okay, keep an eye on her. And then, this is from I didn't find this on Reddit, but I was searching it again, and then I found this little conversation on Reddit, and it says The Shining 1980 makes a reference to Nosferatu 1922. Okay. Then somebody asks down here, was this intentional? And the answer, it's Kubrick. Pretty sure everything down to the contents of the actors' stomachs is intentional. And he's kind of not wrong. I assume it's a he. This commenter is kind of not wrong. Everything down to the contents of the actors' stomachs. In that behind-the-scenes movie, I think done by Kubrick's daughter, Vivian, you see Jack Nicholson on the phone ordering dinner, and he wanted, I guess it was Chinese food with, rice or noodles. And then there's another part of the movie where Shelley Duvall is talking about how they wouldn't even let her eat her soup. She didn't have time to nourish herself and have some soup in between takes or whatever. So yeah. So I don't know if I'll leave this in the description. I'll definitely leave this, and I'll definitely leave this. And so that's what I wanted to share with you and bring to your attention today in this video. Let me go take a real quick break, get a little iced coffee, and I'll get into the main part of this video. Let me come back. Hold on. Hello. I'm back. Took my little coffee break, and I got a glass of cold iced coffee with my favorite flavoring, and it's hopefully one glass will get me through the video. Let's see what happens. But I'm back, and I was still talking about Delta Builder's website. Awesome. I was talking about this and Exorcist reviews. I think you're going to be particularly interested in this comparison, because of the Nosferatu reference. But yeah, this is like, I was just blown away. I'm like, what else is this movie hiding? What else did Stanley leave there for us to find years later after many viewings? And that's the thing about this movie. There's a community. I mean, it isn't like a really cohesive community. There's a lot of bullshit. I'll just put it that way. I don't even know whether or not I consider myself part of the community. Yes, I'm a shiner. I love this movie. But the drama, that's what I don't like. I do not like drama. I do not like bullshit. I do not like gossip and intrigue and people like trying to claim shit as their own, especially when it's an obvious example of plagiarism, at least to me obvious. I don't know. But like I said, this is, I'm going to have to put some more feature channels down here, you guys, so sit tight. So, the part 5 one. I think I already went through Boxy's comment. And Boxy, like I said, Boxy's getting into stuff that I'm going to be covering in the future in my Shining videos. Like, I don't know how far down the line, but I'm going to get to it, Boxy. Don't worry. The next comment, Gabriel. This about the YouTube algorithm. All right. Cool. Tankard. Yeah, I might have covered this already in the other video, but Tankard is talking about the fake windows and whatever. And I think, hold on. They have one. Okay, see, this is why I'm so glad I found this website. This is why I'm so thankful to Anno Domini. The Boulder, there it is. So, Tankard, this is for you. The Boulder apartment. Y'all, see, look at this. Look at what I'll just call it Delta Builder did with this. This is the, top view, like without a ceiling, right? And then this kitchen. Yeah. And Danny's room. Yeah. Really interesting. The shelving in this room. Like, what is this? What is the... And what's missing is I think these are bookshelves, like that have books in them. But there's another view of the messy-ass kitchen. And I'm like really hard on the Wendy character with regard to her housekeeping. Yeah, hey, listen, I'm not perfect. I could use some help too. Let me tell you, everything's topsy-turvy. I don't know where to begin. I need like a professional organizer. I need Mary Kondo. I need somebody. But anyway, so this Boulder, like this, what was I looking at? Hold on. Yeah, the windows. So I guess this over here is Danny's room. Like, where's the bathroom? Is this the bathroom? Over here? This narrow little space. And what is this? This door here, like, what is going on? The apartment in Boulder is just as weird as the apartment in the Overlook Hotel. Okay, so I guess this is the bathroom. This door looks into the bathroom door. Whew, yeah. Like, these windows don't make a whole lot of sense, do they? Like, you can't have windows here and here and here. No, some of these windows are fake. Now, which ones are fake? That's the part that's really hard to tell. No, What is this? Is this the painting that was really in there? Or the art? This person hugging a dog? I don't know. Kitchen. Oh yeah, this damn kitchen. They got the Kool-Aid right. Plenty of Kool-Aid. Bugles. I don't know about that. Fruit Loops. I told you it was Fruit Loops. 2% milk, red, white, and blue milk carton. Okay. Yeah. Kool-Aid. The living room. I don't know. Carson City. This is a shout out to John Kim. Yeah, Carson City. This painting is in the hallway. All right, Alex Colville, horse and train. Okay, so yeah, so that's for you, Tankard. If you want to, analyze whether or not those windows in the Torrance's Boulder, Colorado apartment are even possible. Let's thank Delta Builder for that. Dario Argento. Oh, yeah. The Suspiria thing. He had the doorknobs raised to make the girls look smaller. Okay. Danny, you think Danny's bedroom is making Wendy look smaller? Yeah, it kind of does make her look small. For sure. And yeah, I think you were talking about, like, is this apartment in a basement or something like that? Because those windows are like way too high up off the floor. You think there's so much about the apartment. My opinion of Rob Navarro has changed. Yes. You don't see the video as an act of plagiarism. I didn't say that it is. I said it. Well, maybe I did. I don't know. But I don't think that it definitely is. But I think there is a possibility. Because I made a point to look for mentions of, like, the unstable Wendy idea in other sources, and I found it. I found sources that talk about Wendy as unstable or mentally, like whatever, that predate the Rob Navarro video. So to me, yeah, that's not clear-cut evidence of plagiarism, but it is suspicious. It is suspicious. Like, what are the odds that somebody else wrote about more or less basically exactly the same thing, like way before the Rob Navarro video turned up? But again, that's just my opinion. You were debating with Rob Ager. Oh God, good luck with that. He felt his credibility was on the line. You came to the conclusion that he was upset because he felt his credibility was on the line for not noticing Wendy being crazy. See, that's the problem. Why does he care so much about his credibility? If I went over this in the first viewer mail video, I'm sorry. But I think I'm going to have to concentrate on the comments on one or two videos rather than trying to do all of these. I don't know what I was thinking. You were upset with him because you expected him to analyze the Wendy theory. Then it hit you. Rob Navarro had insider information. Okay, oh yeah, I remember this. You have two suspects. You think it's either Vivian Kubrick or David Lynch. And you're going to explain more in another post. Okay, cool. I can't wait. Or maybe you already explained it and I just missed it because, like I said, these comments they have a mind of their own. The comments section of my videos has a mind of its own. Maybe, I'm going to have to just respectfully not agree with you on this point. Vivian Kubrick, I don't see her saying a word about what her father was really up to. She probably knows, like, what Stanley Kubrick, her father, was really trying to do or really trying to say. She has insight into his mind and his personality that none of us ever will. Probably not even his best friends. That's his daughter. He adored her. And, he was teaching her the art of filmmaking. Like, she was doing these behind-the-scenes documentaries. And she did one for The Shining that all shiners know about. And she was doing one for Full Metal Jacket that just kind of, like, fell through. So, excuse me, took a sip of coffee. But, like, her father probably... that was probably with Stanley Kubrick's blessing that she was making these behind-the-scenes videos, or rather documentaries. The one for Full Metal Jacket, like, did it fall through? Or did Stanley Kubrick say, you know what, yeah, no, I don't want people to know about the behind-the-scenes? Because the behind-the-scenes is kind of like... I don't know. It's like a DVD extra, right? I don't know. Here's your other comment: to add more points to your video. There is a third possible suspect, but this one is completely unknown to you. I wanted to make a horror movie because of The Exorcist. Oh shit. Exorcist reviews. I hope you're paying attention. He was originally approached to do the movie and he turned it down and then found out he could have real fun with horror. I believe that Clockwork Orange and 2001 borderlines horror. So he seems that he was leaning towards that direction. His inspiration for what kind of horror movie to make was Eraserhead. Probably, yeah, I think you're right about that. There has to be a huge inspiration with Eraserhead because Kubrick made the whole cast watch the movie before making the movie. Okay. He was also known to make Steven Spielberg and George Lucas watch Eraserhead at his home. And David Lynch knew he loved Eraserhead. You can find videos of him telling the stories. Okay, so David Lynch and Steven Spielberg and George Lucas were acquainted with Stanley Kubrick. This is news to me because I haven't really researched Stanley Kubrick's biography or like who he was friends with or whatever. Partially because it's not that I don't care. It's just that, like, that's not what I'm into. I'm into just like looking at what he did with these, the way he framed each and every shot in this movie and like what he was trying to communicate visually. But yeah, he was a fascinating person and he had fascinating friends, to say the least. The David Lynch theory. The Shining is a pre-David Lynch made after Dune. My theory is that David Lynch was ruined as a director. Too many people wanted Dune to be like Star Wars. Dune was a huge failure. I think somewhere after Dune was made, Kubrick and Lynch meet. Kubrick explained how his movie was inspired by Eraserhead and how he failed to communicate unreliable narrator in his movie, and this is why all David Lynch movies made after Dune are so different. Okay, Vivian Kubrick theory, a little easier. She was with her dad while making the movie. I don't think she... Here's some tea. I don't think she liked Stephen King for slamming The Shining for years. I bet she didn't. I bet you're right, Tankard. Because I'm having deja vu. I've talked about this before. If somebody like just flat out like crapped all over something my father did, yeah, I would hold a grudge for the rest of my life. I would never forgive that person for like publicly criticizing my father's art or my father as a person or whatever. No, that's just the kind of person I am. Like, if I love somebody, I'm going to protect them to the death. And that's that. And it looks like Vivian is the same way. I totally agree with you, Tankard. And she was upset when they made Dr. Sleep. Who wouldn't be? I'm upset, and I'm not even related to Stanley Kubrick. I was like, really? You made that? I refuse to watch that shit. I refuse to watch Dr. Sleep. They can go... I'll just go ahead and say they can go fuck themselves with that bullshit. Dr. Sleep. The nerve. And used Kubrick version of The Shining. Like, yeah, because that's a slap in the face to Dr. Sleep and like probably everything involving it and surrounding it and connected to it. That's a slap in the face to Stanley Kubrick. And I mean, I didn't watch it. I read the plot, probably on Wikipedia, and I said, this is some bullshit. This is, no. And no wonder. If Vivian's like pissed about that, I support her totally 100%. The third possible is Jack Nicholson, but not Jack Nicholson. He's himself somebody he told. Interesting. I don't know. My gut thinks David Lynch. David Lynch is a character. You know he has a YouTube channel, right? You know he has a YouTube channel. And he has, if I'm not mistaken, I hope I didn't dream this or something, but he has like a basement in his house and it's like his art room. And he just makes his little stuff in the art room. And I'm like, Lord, he's like really, really an interesting guy, to say the least. Anyway, my gut thinks that David Lynch, because he's very active on, yeah, he is on, oh, sorry, I got ahead of you. And he don't know everything about The Shining. I don't know, maybe. The reason why Robin Navarro missed the freezer scene, not knowing the doctor could be in Wendy's head, and the maze is not real. I don't believe it's real, and the movie points that out many times. Yeah, I agree with you. I totally agree with you. But I think he made the Wendy Theory video because he knew Kubrick wouldn't be happy with Hollywood ripping the movie with Doctor Sleep. I don't know. So you, out of the three people, like Jack Nicholson, Vivian Kubrick, and David Lynch, you think it's most probably David Lynch. You know what? If this the Navarro video was made by somebody other than the person I think who made it, David Lynch is a pretty good candidate. But again, I don't agree with this. I think I can see your logic, and I can see like you've got good logic, but I just cannot get behind this theory that like that anybody connected to Stanley Kubrick made that. No, because I'll talk more about it in a while. You love this topic. You've been stuck in this rabbit hole for over a year. The more I dig, the deeper I get. I like it because it's an awesome distraction. Yeah, for me, it is a distraction. It is entertaining, but I think, like I said, I want to know what Stanley Kubrick was trying to teach his audience. That's my focus. We all have our own focus. We're all into this movie, each for our own, specific, special reason. That's mine. I think that Stanley Kubrick was trying as hard as he could, in his own special way, to teach people how to read pictures. He was teaching people how to read. And if I find that blog where it was a really good blog, and I hope I can find it again. The author of that blog said, and I'm saying the author of that blog because I can't remember, I think it was called KDK1 or KDK12 or something like that, and they had some good theories on there, and that person, the author of that blog, that I hope to locate again sometime in the future, said that what Stanley Kubrick was trying to teach his audience was he was trying to teach us how to shine. Okay? And that shining isn't necessarily what Halloran explained it to be in the scene where he's in the kitchen with Danny and Danny just gave him the chocolate ice cream. No, shining is something else. And that I'll get into that as I go along. Rickard Westman. Hey, Rickard, how you doing? And you're talking about David Lynch, Eraserhead. Okay. Oh, yeah, I'm so glad you guys are chatting. This is awesome. Twin Perfect channel here. 4+ hour analysis of Twin Peaks. I have to rewatch that show. My God. David Lynch is in his 70s. Yeah. Ricard. Yeah. I'm just like reading as I go. Oh, you guys are some writers up in here. Also hinting at a part 2 in the Wendy theory is just the kind of thing that makes people talk. See, this is why I'm very hesitant to say out loud what I really think is going on with the Rob Navarro video. I won't say exactly what I think is going on because, again, I don't want to offend anybody. I don't want to disappoint anybody. I don't want to upset anybody. But I think the Rob Navarro Wendy theory video is... somebody's taking the piss. That's what I think. Somebody's messing with the Shining community. and they're doing it for not a good or a nice reason. That's my opinion. That's why, like, Tancred, your theories are good. However, I'm like, I don't know. I'll just go ahead and admit I'm a very, very suspicious person. I do not take things at face value. I mean, obviously, I like to analyze things. Look at what I'm doing with this Shining. Look at what I'm doing with this Shining. My Understanding the Shining series. Obviously, I like to analyze things and stare at things and try to figure things out. I like solving puzzles or trying to, you know. I'm not the sharpest tool in the shed. No, I don't think of myself as, you know, any kind of intellectual in any way, shape, or form. But I love solving puzzles, or trying to, once again, trying to. And I've been that way all my life. I think that this is a puzzle. And the Rob Navarro thing, it just, when in my mind, in my opinion, when I realized what was going on, what I think is going on, I kind of got sick. Like, not physically ill, like I didn't throw up or anything, but I had like a really, like icky feeling in my stomach, and I was like, oh, whoever made this video, like, has absolutely no respect, no regard whatsoever for the people who are watching this video. And I got a little well, I didn't get, like, I wasn't livid or anything, but I was a little pissed inside myself, within myself. I was a little angry when I saw what I think I saw regarding the Wendy Theory video and who I think is the true creator of that video. And I've discussed it with Exorcist Reviews. So I think, I'm pretty sure Exorcist Reviews, how I feel about this. And I'm not revealing it because, again, I don't want to upset anybody, or draw any negative attention to myself. Let's just put it that way. I don't want to mess. I don't want the creator. I mean, I don't even have 100 subscribers, so, like, I'm small potatoes. But I don't even want to, like, create a chance that the creator of the Wendy Theory video could or would mess with me in any way, shape, or form. Yes, I think the person who created the video is that vindictive and that petty and that egotistical and et cetera, and so on and so forth. That's my opinion, and I'm sticking to it until I get better or new information. And again, sometimes people just do shit in plain sight because they have no respect for the people that they're talking to. And that really fucking steams my broccoli when people think that other people are dumber than they are. No. Like, I'm going on a rant. When I saw that, I was like, fuck you, Rob Navarro, or whoever you are. Like, fucking fuck you and your fucking bullshit. And that was my attitude, and that was my reaction. Am I right? I don't know. Do I have to be right? No, I don't. Absolutely not. Anyway, so you're talking about David Lynch here, Ricard. Okay. He's hinting at a part 2 that he has yet to deliver after how many years? He made that shit in 2020? November 2020? It is now September 2022. It's almost 2 years. Like, where's it at? Where's it at? Him and his bot commenters. Him and his bot subscribers. Where's it at? Yeah, I'm being petty and shady, but so is he. So whatever. David Lynch. Okay, cool. Tancred. Well, okay. Tancred. My David Lynch theory came to me almost a year ago when I was arguing the Wendy theory on Reddit horror. Ooh. Tancred? You can drop me an email and let me, give me a link to that. I would love to read through it. I'm not on Reddit. I don't have an account, but I love to read through stuff and just, see what's going on. Which is odd to argue because plot twists are typical for horror, and the person was a Stephen King fanboy. I'm sorry, you guys. I don't have any respect for Stephen King. His behavior was just not okay. Not okay. Like, if he felt wronged by Stanley Kubrick, he should have taken it up with Stanley Kubrick personally. He should have gone up to Stanley Kubrick, called him on the phone, or preferably like look him dead in his eye and say, "Hey, Stanley, I'm pissed because I don't like what you did with my story." I would respect him for that. But this bullshit, talking shit, being shady, no, I don't like that. That passive aggressive bullshit is not my thing. Anyway, Rickard says, "Don't feel if you want to. I'd love to hear what you have to say." I doubt Lynch would ever come forward. I doubt. Yeah, I think you're right, Rickard. Lynch is. He's the guy that you would never expect. Lynch. I'm convinced that Lynch is a complete genius. Maybe even like Kubrickian levels of genius, but he's also like he plays it close to the, what do they call it? Close to the chest or whatever. Ooh. This is interesting and fun mystery. It sure is. Twin Peaks, Catcher in the Rye, Connection, and How Was Missed. Okay, yeah. Oh, I've seen a couple of your videos. I don't know. Oh, my brain is scrambled. Have I watched your Catcher in the Rye video? Or did I start watching it and then like something happened and I forgot to finish? I gotta watch it. Oh, once again, y'all. Hold on. Where is Tankard's? There. This is Tankard's thing. I might link to this in my description. Everybody, all of you, go and watch this video and all of his other videos. They are very, very cute. I love them. The Shelley Duvall mistreatment mystery. He does Tankard, you do a very good job in this video. I know I watched this one all the way through. Brain fried. Yeah, there's my comment. Yeah, this is what I'm talking. There's a lot of Kubrick hate going on, and Tankard covers this Shelley situation really beautifully in the Dr. Phil episode. Dr. Phil is just a snake. Oh my goodness. Yeah, and you don't like the Jerry Springer platform freak show. Yeah, no, that's exactly what he tried to do to her, and yeah, I don't, she's probably like much more together mentally than people think she is. Like the Dr. Phil thing totally ruined her reputation. Everybody thinks she's this poor, helpless old lady who's lost her mind. Like, no, that's not okay. That's not okay. There's a lot of Kubrick hate. And I've seen it in other places. I might cover it in a future video, a future coffee break or whatever. People are trying to drag posthumously, mind you. He's not around to defend himself. Stanley Kubrick is not around to defend himself. People are trying to posthumously drag Stanley Kubrick's name through the mud. And it's just gross. It's really gross. And this is, something's up. He pissed somebody off. Stanley Kubrick pissed off the kind of people who would attend, who would visit the Overlook Hotel. He pissed off those people. That's what I think. And, and that's why I think these analyses are important. Seems like something strange. Yeah, Tankard writes, seems like something strange is happening. I think cancel culture is looking for another target, and Stanley Kubrick has a bullseye. Yeah. And on top of that, he's very conveniently dead, Like I said, I might get into it in the next coffee break video. I don't know, because it's a touchy subject. And people are trying to make him look horrible. Does he deserve that? I don't know, but the fact that he's not around to defend himself, and Vivian is probably smart enough to keep her mouth shut regarding these situations and these matters, means that people will be able to talk shit about him and not have to answer for it. right? Because he's not around to defend himself. Yeah, no, it's not cool. Did somebody from the establishment start the... Oh, wait, what is this? I think it's unfair cancellation because the original sources, stuff that Shelley said, were taken out of context and not hard to find. It makes me believe those jumping on canceling Stanley Kubrick are reactionary from an earlier besmirching video. Listen, Tankard, the Shelley thing is bad, but the stuff that I've read in other places is like 10 times worse regarding besmirching Stanley Kubrick. And that's why I'm hesitant to like even bring it up or bring it to anybody's attention, because like the thing that I'm talking about that's worse than what they're doing to Stanley Kubrick via Shelley. Oh, it's horrible. It's horrible. Did somebody from the establishment start the rumor? Maybe John Kim has a good idea. He seems to know all about the establishment connections. I hope that John Kim like chimes in on this. I think it's the snobs in the Oscars that started the rumor. Shelley's comment was aimed at the movie critics and the Oscars. She was hurt by the Razzies nomination. Yeah, like you mentioned in your video, Tankard, Shelley Duvall had like a pretty long and pretty successful career after The Shining. So like The Shining was like only a good thing for her career and just made her look better. She has the privilege and the honor of having worked with one of the best film directors in American film history. Like that can only be a good thing on her resume. So yeah, I don't see him as an abusive person, personally. I mean, maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I'm wrong. All these years later, he's been dead since like what, 1999? Like when Eyes Wide Shut came out. All these years, and like the only kind of sketchy thing we've heard about him is this Shelley Duvall thing, which didn't even come from Shelley Duvall's own mouth. So seems to me that they're grabbing at straws. You know what I mean? Seems to me that even, again, like 23 years after his death and his last movie, people are still like going after him, which to me tells me that we really need to pay attention to his movies, maybe even more than we already have been, and not in the way that the purveyors of The Shining, you know, what I call the cult of The Shining. I'm not in that cult, by the way. No, no, this is not a cult activity. This is an educational activity. And I believe that all of us, if we work together in our own way, or each of us, if we put out our own ideas, our own analysis, our own opinions, that adding to this discussion can only be a good thing and can get us closer and closer to figuring out like what it was. What are we supposed to learn from this? Probably a whole bunch. Look at even this on the sidebar, how Shelley Duvall was traumatized for the rest of her life. See this shit? You know, this over here? No. So your video's pretty good. That's why I want everybody to know about it. I want everybody to know about your channel. Everybody take a look at Tankard of Tales' channel. I'm going to leave it in the description. So yeah, and I'm back to this. To explain, there's too many people are Stephen King fanboys and they liked Dr. Sleep. Everybody that I know in my life, either personally, professionally, socially, whatever, like if they know that I'm a shiner, they say, "Oh, did you watch Dr. Sleep?" And I don't even pretend at this point. I'm like, "No, I didn't. No, I didn't." "Oh, are you gonna see the movie?" "No, I'm not. No, I'm not. I'm not gonna disrespect Stanley like that. I have too much respect for Stanley Kubrick to even entertain the notion of watching that horrible thing, Dr. Sleep." And which is, you know what though? Let me talk about this for a second after I take a sip of coffee. That brings me to something that I always want to mention, but I always forget to mention it. So thank you for your comment, Tankard. You just like, got my brain to working again. Listen, This damn movie is called Dr. Sleep. And I've been talking about sleep deprivation regarding these characters, Jack, Wendy, even the little boy, Danny. They all look terribly sleep deprived to me. In my latest, where's number 7? Hold on. This thing. Okay. Where are we? Look. I'm a pretty good red baller. No. You're just not going to cooperate, are you? This awful... Okay. There we go. Okay. So, look at this. She's yawning. And he looks like he could use a fucking nap. Jack looks like he needs a nap. The kid looks like... They're all sleep deprived. Okay? And the fact that, like, the movie, this abomination, was called... They chose the title Dr. Sleep. You're right. They're connecting it to the movie, and they're, like, making fun of... I think they're even making fun of, like, people who are diehard, dedicated fans of The Shining and dedicated fans of Stanley Kubrick. If this is Stephen King's doing, at least partially, and I don't know because I haven't researched that aspect of it, but I'll take your word for it if that's what's going on. Like, yeah, forget him. Forget him. He's just an old sourpuss. My God. Wendy Theory, Catcher in the Rye, how it was missed. Yeah, these books mean something. Now, some people like read way too deeply into some stuff. Like the ice cream website that I've linked to in my other videos. Did Stanley Kubrick really expect his audience to keep track of every single little teensy-weensy object, item, thing shown in every frame of this movie? I don't know. I don't know the answer to that question. Is that, like, reasonable for him as a director to expect all of his viewers to get into that much detail when they analyze this movie? I don't know. But stuff like Catcher in the Rye, like the first time we see Wendy in this movie, she's reading that book. My opinion is still that Holden Caulfield is mentally ill. He's not just like a rebel or whatever. No. In my opinion, Holden Caulfield in Catcher in the Rye is mentally ill. He probably has schizophrenia. He cannot differentiate. He cannot tell the difference between reality and like what's going on in his head and his hallucinations. And I think, yeah, at the end of that book, he ends up in like basically institutionalized. That's what I think is going on with Holden Caulfield and Catcher in the Rye. And he put that book in Wendy's hand. The first time we see Wendy, she's smoking a cigarette, ignoring her sandwich, reading Catcher in the Rye, and drinking whatever she's drinking. You always assume it's coffee because it's a coffee cup. But it could be something a little stronger than coffee. Maybe some Irish coffee. I don't know. She's drinking from a cup that has Tom and Jerry on it. Hello. So the Caulfield connection is there. The Catcher in the Rye connection is definitely there. No. Deep argument with another poster. The poster said, "You're describing The Shining as a David Lynch movie." I didn't know at that time how much of an influence Eraserhead. Then I look up Shining, and the reference hit me. Stanley Kubrick made The Shining cast watch Eraserhead. I also read somewhere that, like, Stanley Kubrick thought The Vanishing was the scariest movie ever. By the way, So in an odd way, The Shining was a David Lynch movie before Blue Velvet. Maybe. Many months later, I took this whole argument and I made on Reddit and dropped it on Rob Ager's lap. Ooh. You dropped it? Wait, is Rob Ager in the Reddit thing? I don't know what it's called, but like in the comments or the discussion board is Rob Ager, and you dropped it in his lap. Oh Lord! Now I got an opinion about that I'm going to keep to myself right now, just like I'm going to keep to myself who I really think Rob Navarro is. Let me keep going. I thought his 30-minute debunking video was crap. Yeah, it was. He feels threatened by something. That's why he did that. Listen. Again, if I talk anymore, if I get into that, I will reveal what I really think, and that's what I'm trying not to do. You were disappointed with him because you expected better. Why? Tankard, you seem like a nice guy based on your videos. Like, why would you expect him to be any better? Maybe you're not as, like, suspicious-minded as I am, but I don't trust him. There, I said it. But I should have known that he felt threatened that this information went over his head. Listen, Tankard. Again, I like you. I like your comments. I like your videos. You seem like an awesome person. They didn't go over his head. The information didn't go over his head, in my opinion. No. He thought I was Rob Navarro. He what? The fuck? He thought you were Rob Navarro. Really? Oh, yeah. Drop me, Tankard. If you got a minute, like, drop me the link to that Reddit thing. I want to read through everything. I want to see it all, and I will go ahead and email you what I think is really going on. Okay. Now, you and Exorcist Reviews will be the only two people in this, like, social media stuff thing that will know how I really feel about that. I've probably already dropped enough hints, but just in case, like, I haven't dropped enough hints, or as many as I should, but yeah, I'll just explain it to you point blank. He thought you were Rob Navarro. The nerve of that man. And that's when it dawned on me that something is not right about Rob Navarro. They sure ain't. If he was trying to mooch on Rob Ager's fame? Okay. Then Navarro would be making more videos with equal narration. Yeah, well, my wife thought it was odd that all other Rob Navarro videos are throwaway videos. Your wife is right. She's a smart lady. And I love the interaction between you two and your videos. It is adorable. Anyway, meaning these videos are very short and most without any explaining. Yep. The odd thing about the Wendy Theory was the video was posted 1 year and 1 day after the official release of Dr. Sleep. Oh dear. Yeah. And from my experience, people that like Stephen King, Dr. Sleep hates the Wendy Theory. Oh, okay. I know because I created a subreddit called The Wendy Theory because You please email me all these links. I want to see. Please, I want to see. Because my post on the horror board was downvoted. Oh, and spammed with negative comments. Oh, I made a terrible noise there, but just because I'm so shocked. My God. Why did I not read this? But YouTube has been hiding comments from me. I would have loved to read this. Damn it. Okay. 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 Unreliable narrators all over the place. Yeah. And I'm just, like, whipping through this paragraph. Oh yeah. Yeah. I if you've been watching my videos, I put a link to an Amazon find where they have, like, a whole book. Like, look out for it when you're watching my videos. They do a whole book about, like, all of Stanley Kubrick's plans to make a Napoleon video. And the fact that he was, like, even thinking about making a Napoleon video is fascinating to me. Yeah. Making Barry was impressed how successful The Exorcist turned out. Oh, he was asked to direct The Exorcist for. Oh, can you imagine what kind of movie that would have been if Stanley Kubrick, Exorcist Reviews, I hope you're listening. Can you just imagine what The Exorcist would have, like, looked like if Stanley Kubrick had directed it? It would be totally different, obviously, but, like, wow. I want to see, wouldn't it be great to see Stanley Kubrick's take on demonic possession? Wow. Anyway, horror movie. So Stephen King book. I don't know if you've watched my part 7. Hold on. Let me see if you commented. Oh, there's your comment. Okay. And I probably am not going to be able to get to this. in this video, like I said, I should probably, for viewer mail, I should do like one video at a time, because I like to talk, obviously. Where was I? Oh yeah. So I talked about in part 7, I said how The Shining was released 1 year before filming. Let me be clear. The Shining novel by Stephen King was published and released 1 year before filming for The Shining movie began. So in January 1977, The Shining, the book, was released, and filming, based on my research that I did for this video, and it's in here, filming for the movie began in either early or late May 1978. That's a little less than 1.5 years before filming for the Shining movie began. So, like, to me, it seems like Stanley Kubrick and whoever else he was working with saw this Shining novel and said, yeah, let's play with this. I don't think that I think I've mentioned it in my Full Metal Jacket video too. I think Stanley Kubrick had like absolutely no respect whatsoever for Stephen King. I think that he identified, I think this is my opinion, just my opinion. I think that Stanley Kubrick saw Stephen King and basically identified him as like a poser, and said, you know what? Forget this guy. We're going to use his novel. He's going to get paid a bunch of money because we're using his novel to adapt for this movie, but we're going to do it our way. And because something's up. Like, he totally butchered Stephen King's novel. And what somebody else said, I can't remember who, but like if you just change the names of the characters in the movie, it stops even remotely resembling the novel, which, yeah, that's a good observation. But I'm going to have to read through this later. Jeffrey Epstein. Oh, Lord. Insaneness. I'm going to have to get to this in another video. But anyway, Tancred, you give me too much stuff to think about, and I love it. Razorhead needed a few $1 million. For him to get this money, he needs to make the movie based off a book from a popular author, no less, like Stephen King, a popular and like heavily overrated author, in my opinion. Yeah, I don't think he copied David Lynch either. Like, I think that Stanley Kubrick was a 100% original. He didn't have to stoop to copying. Like, that's my opinion, right? The Shining failed at the box office. Okay. The unreliable narrator went all over, the critics said, and they gave Kubrick movies a Razzie. Okay, keeping this in mind when I'm on TV. It's too small to note. It's important to say because cultural references were missed and lost, like a bunch of them. For example, I'm 110% positive that the Kool-Aid that was shown in many scenes are referenced to Jonestown. I'm going to get into it. Wait until I get into that food locker in the hotel. Just wait. Just you wait. It's going to be so much fun. All those random-ass brands, or not random, I'm sure they were chosen very carefully, for the food room, like the pantry of the hotel. Like there's Kool-Aid there. There's Kool-Aid in the kitchen in Boulder. So Kool-Aid, somebody's drinking the Kool-Aid, both at the Boulder apartment and at the hotel. Elephant Man, you enjoyed it. Okay, Stephen, I do believe doing erase your head, build up. Okay, so like you're explaining why David Lynch is like a prime suspect. I understand. Okay. Why do I do no. You know, I mean, I respect your argument and everything, but I just don't agree. I don't agree that it was David Lynch or Vivian Kubrick or Jack Nicholson or any of Jack Nicholson's friends or acquaintances. I think it was somebody else. And I'm going to, like, if you email me with the links to those Reddit things, I will tell you. There. And that's a promise. If you email me with those links so I can read through all the shit, I will tell you what I really think, and whatever. Where is this? I don't worry about long replies. I love them. Thank you for your long regards. Rob Navarro's channel is catering to a totally different demographic. Yeah, you're right, Ricard. He's catering to people who are obsessed with The Shining, like us. He knows what he's doing. He knows what he's... Well, he kind of doesn't know what he's doing. He's probably gotten himself up to his armpits and shit, and now he doesn't know what to do. But that's just my opinion. No. Mostly come from people who are subscribed to the meaning of King's book. No, because the Wendy theory is different. The Wendy theory is very different, and it's something that nobody would ever think of. Because, let's just face it, like the cult of The Shining and the high priests of that cult, they're very vocal. They're very vocal, and they drown out, or they try to drown out everybody else's input into the discussion. That's my opinion. I really don't think that the high priest in the cult of The Shining, I really don't think that they want anybody commenting on these issues but them. And there's like a couple of them. All right. And like I said, Tancred, if you email me, I'll let you know who they are, or who I think they are. All right. The Dune. Okay, cool. No. I don't think that Rob Navarro, the person that I think Rob Navarro really is, I don't think he has any respect for anybody's intelligence but his own. He thinks he's put one over on people. That's what I think. Or do you think that... Okay. Dave's Art Room. Hi, Dave's Art Room. Kubrick looks as if he is telling multiple stories at once in The Shining. He very well might be. He might be. I know about the Apollo 11 theory, of course, because I'm a Shiner, and I know about Jay Weidner and the whole thing. Do I agree with it? At this point, I'm not sure. At this point, I'm a yes and a no. Yes and no. Regarding the Apollo 11 theory. I'll discuss it when we get to that part of the movie. And I said that in my comment here. Oh, John. Listen, John. You bust out so many comments that there's no way in hell that I'll be able to get through all of them, or all of the information you put out in these comments. Like I said, a lot of them get eaten by YouTube. So what I'll suggest is, anybody who's watching this video, please go through my comments section and read John Kim's comments. There are many of them. And, there's a lot to read, and probably a lot to learn from the stuff that John posts. And I'll just leave it at that. How about that? Let me see. What else? So, there she is. Ooh. I don't dislike Shelley Duvall. I dislike Wendy. All right? No. Hi there, as an intro. You're a guy from Europe. Okay. This is part 6. Nice to see myself being mentioned several times in this video. Thank you. Yeah, but no problem. You're welcome, Boxy. I'm very glad that you continued your Shining series. Before I give my comments on this video, I need to... okay, this is it. This is really interesting. Near the end of the movie, when Wendy walks through their Overlook Hotel apartment room, her reflection is not visible in the mirror, nor Danny's reflection. That might be another Nosferatu, or just vampire in general reference, like I was talking about. Where is it? Here. Like, isn't Exorcist Reviews, you know about vampire lore. You let me know. Like, vampires generally don't have a reflection in the mirror. Okay? All right. Near the end, and nor Danny's reflection later when he takes a knife and lipstick to write red rum on the bathroom door. This is interesting. I'm going to have to pay attention to that when I get to that part of the movie. But on top of this, in the mirror by the side of their bed next to the toilet door, have in mind that I am not a native English speaker. You're doing great, Boxy. There is no any lamp, let alone a lamp that is shining. But in Wendy's reality, there is a lamp that is on and that is shining. Okay. Do not know what this could mean. Maybe double realities. Possibly. What we see in the mirror shows us what will actually happen, murder. So maybe what we see in the mirror could be actual reality. Wow. Wow. Boxy. That is very, very deep. That is very, very insightful. That is making me think very, very deeply, and that's you've just given me a lot to think about. I always knew that mirrors were important in this movie, but I could never quite figure out why. Maybe what you just wrote here, maybe that's it. Maybe that explains it. Really, really good. Thank you so much, Boxy. And whenever Boxy drops me a comment and says, hey, where's the next episode of the Understanding the Shining series? And for some reason, when Boxy gives me a comment, I get right to work. I say, okay, you know what the boss says? It's time to get to work, so let me get to work. Okay. Thank you, Boxy. Trusty Films, thank you for all your observations. I am really enjoying your analysis so far. I just thought it was worthy to point out that the OCD lamp, yes, it also bugged the hell out of me, in their apartment is practically the only light in the whole film that isn't turned on. Creepy. Yup. You're right, Trusty Films. Like I wrote in my comment, maybe it's like a play on that phrase, the lights are on, but nobody's home. Okay, maybe it's like the opposite of that. Maybe somebody's home, but the lights are not on. So somebody's home, but they're pretending not to be home. You know how people do. If somebody knocks at the door and you don't like them, you turn off all the lights and you pretend like you're not home so they'll go away. Maybe Wendy is doing a version of that. Maybe she's trying to fool people into thinking that she's dumb or that she's incapable of any kind of malice or whatever. And maybe that's what's going on. So anyway, yeah, Trusty Films and Boxy, mirrors, lights, lamps, chandeliers, sconces, the sun, fire. These are all sources of light. Okay, and please don't forget the movie is called The Shining. What does it mean when something shines? That it either emits light or it reflects light, like a glass surface or a mirror or a metallic surface, or even, like I pointed out in part 7, a very, very highly polished hardwood floor. That's also, those also shine. So anything that either emits or reflects light. And what is light symbolic of? Knowledge. Light is knowledge. Is it always good knowledge? Is it always pure knowledge with good intentions? Or is knowledge always used with good intentions? No. Yeah, no. Knowledge, intelligence, whatever, is also used to kill people. It's not always used for good. So maybe Stanley is trying to make us think about that aspect of knowledge and its symbol, light, or things that just shine, right? I don't know. I'm just thinking. Hey, Gabriel, I think the key to definitively unveil this movie is to make sense of the deleted last scene and how it relates to the rest of the movie. Yeah, I want to do that, Gabriel. Hello again, Gabriel. That's what I want to do. That deleted scene is very important. And I think Stanley did a number on everybody. He filmed it. He filmed that deleted scene. And it was maybe included in the movie, maybe in a couple of showings or whatever. And then he yanked it and said, no, No, I don't want people to see that, because who knows what his creative process was. Like, maybe right up until the last minute, he was trying to decide what he wanted the movie to be, and that deleted scene would have made the movie something that he didn't want it to be. You know what I mean? I don't know. The fact that there's that photograph floating around of like Stuart Ullman in that big coat and everything, in the hospital where Wendy is and Danny is, and I don't know. I don't know. Like he deleted the scene for a reason, because he didn't want it to be a part of the movie. Now, does that like tell us about the rest of the movie, or does it tell us that Stanley Kubrick made a decision and said, yeah, no, I don't want people to see this, because if they see this, they'll get the wrong idea about what I'm trying to say. I don't know. I'm not sure. Gabriel also writes, the doctor also has a big-ass bright window behind her, just like Alma. Yup, she sure does. And Jack also makes many different facial expressions rapidly. Yes, he does. I made you laugh often in this video. Okay, no, you're welcome, I guess. Going off on her in her messy-ass house, kitchen, living room, dining room, smock shirt, and soft packs being gross. Yup. Yeah, no, soft pack cigarettes are just icky. No disrespect to anybody who smokes them. Maybe I should keep my mouth shut. But yeah, the fact that basically that apartment in Boulder, Colorado is complete chaos, that should tell you a lot about Wendy. She's the homemaker. At least, in that time in history, that was the traditional thing. The wife and the mother, she's the homemaker. She's supposed to make sure the house is together. And obviously she is neglecting that duty. So, Exorcist Reviews, hello. In your where did these cigarettes come from moment, did the kitchen chair behind her shift, or say chairs? And yeah, Exorcist Reviews, you got a good eye. He's right. They do shift. So yeah, I wrote, yeah, you're right. The chair does move. There was I'm talking about this blog again. God help me. I need to locate this thing. It focused on chair placements. Okay. This is, I don't know whether or not they were totally right about this, but this blog and the author of this blog made really, really good observations about chair placements, about like what it really means to shine, as that term is used by Dick Halloran in the movie. Like, what does it really mean to shine? Is it a psychic ability, or is it something totally different? So I need to locate that thing. But yeah, Exorcist Reviews is right. The chair moves. And I don't think it's a mistake. I don't think it's an accident or a continuity error. What did this person in the Reddit thing say? Yeah, it's Kubrick. Pretty sure everything down to the contents of the actors' stomachs is intentional. I agree with that. I really do. So thank you, Exorcist Reviews. Anno Domini, yep, Wendy's face looks suspicious, really, but I wouldn't disregard the possibility that Jack and Danny being crazy, too. The Torrance family is probably all crazy. Jack, Wendy, and Danny, are they all hallucinating while in the hotel? Possibly. Anno Domini, possibly. I don't know. I don't know. Right now, the way I feel right now, I'm thinking that just Wendy is the crazy one. That's just my opinion based on like where I'm at right now. My opinion might change. My opinion might change. I might say, you know what? No, Anno Domini's right. They all crazy. I don't know. And maybe when I say all, I don't mean just like Wendy, Jack, and Danny. I mean like Stuart Ullman, Bill Watson, Dick Halloran, all of them. Susie, the secretary, her too. Maybe they're like all of them crazy. I don't know. That Susie woman, that secretary woman, she's just as mysterious as Bill Watson. We see her in the interview scene with Jack, and we see her later on the closing day of the hotel when they're showing the Torrance family around the hotel. We see Susie again. So Susie is important, and Susie is like just she's about as interesting as a nice dry piece of toast. She's totally flat, not much of a personality, like really flat, emotionless, affect. I don't know about that, Susie. I don't know. But thank you, Anno Domini, for the comment. And here comes John again. Oh, Lord. He's mentioning elephants. I don't know what's going on. Phalloc element. I don't know. I don't know. Oh, Lord. Let me. Solar lion. I don't know what. No. Well, again, read John's comments. They are interesting. Tankard of Tales. Agree, the cigarettes seem to appear from nowhere, but in this scene, Wendy offers a cigarette, and before she lights up, she's putting the cigarettes on the table. I rewatched the scene a few times. The orb isn't... Yeah, that orb, though. The orb is interesting. On my TV, the orb is very close to the screen edge, very hard to notice. Maybe TV settings. Yeah, ha 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 ha. I really... yeah. After that, they can be seen on the coffee table. I'll look again, but I'm starting to think I lost my mind because I noticed shit, and then I'm like, wait, how did I notice that? That's part of, like I said, it's part of the shining process, in my opinion. Okay, and he's clarifying because obviously I have like issues with my reading comprehension. I'm sorry, Tankard. I think you're right about the pack of cigarettes. They magically appeared from no one. Most don't get it because Dr. Wendy with cigarettes in it. We grabbed them from her. No, smokers only keep their cigarettes on them if they're out and about. If they're at home, they just put them on, like I said in the video, they put them on the table, they put them on the kitchen counter. You know, you don't carry them with you, like, around the house the whole time. That's, like, cumbersome. No. Most don't watch it because the scene cuts from Wendy with hands folded to Doctor. We could assume she grabbed them from her pocket first viewing, but in multiple viewings, Wendy seemed to be in the same position before the cut to the Doctor, so it's unlikely she pulled the pack of cigarettes from a pocket. I agree. Now we know that Stanley Kubrick and Shelley Duvall do this scene multiple times, the change of hair, face transition from perky to tired. I won't be surprised Stanley had her film the scene without cigarettes, then with cigarettes. That's an interesting idea. You wish the box magically disappeared. No. I mean, I can see why you feel that way, but I'm kind of okay with the way it is. Like, whatever we're seeing is what Stanley Kubrick wanted us to see. That's how I feel. And the fact that those cigarettes we don't see her taking them out. We don't see her grabbing them from a table or grabbing them from, like, her pocket or whatever. So they seem to just magically appear. I think both the cigarettes and the lighter. And I have to check again that ashtray. Like, is it there in the beginning of the scene or not? I'm not sure. But I've never watched The Bell Jar, but I definitely looked it up after I read this comment. And you're right. He's trying to make a connection. And further, this is, like I said, he cites other movies. What did I say? The Imamura movie, the Haunting, Shirley Jackson, The Haunting. Now we got Nosferatu. And now, thanks to you, Tankard, we have The Bell Jar. Yeah. Yeah, and it was a huge book in the 60s, yeah. So The Bell Jar is about a young woman who is mentally not stable. Is that Wendy? Is Wendy mentally not stable? Thank you. No. Yeah. It possibly says something about yeah. I think Stanley Kubrick assumed The Bell Jar would be a huge movie because of the book, and he wanted to insert something familiar into The Shining that Bell Jar fans would notice. Kool-Aid is a reference to Jonestown, 1978. Wait a minute. Hold on. I did not know that Jonestown happened in 1978. I knew it was the 70s, but I didn't know, like, what year. Now I have to go look it up. Damn. Hold on. Tankard, I don't know if you're ready for this. I just looked up the Jonestown Massacre. You said 1978. And like I told you, the filming for this movie started in May of 1978. Okay, so I looked up Jonestown. This is what I found. Wikipedia. Jonestown, the People's Temple Agricultural Project, named Jonestown. Okay, Guyana. All right, cool. Georgetown is Guyana's capital city. Okay. Okay, it became internationally infamous when, on November 18th, 1978, a total of 909 people died at the settlement, at the nearby airstrip in Port Kaituma, and at the Temple Run building in Georgetown, Guyana's capital city. The name of the settlement became synonymous with the incidents at those locations. Okay. November 1978. November. Like I said, the movie got started filming in May, according to that American Film Institute article that I linked to in my part 7. Okay, so listen. How did he know about the Kool-Aid before it happened? Or did he? I mean, I know that they didn't start and finish filming the movie in May. Like, maybe, you know, I don't know if and how we could find out when the scenes featuring the Kool-Aid, whether it's at the hotel or the Boulder apartment, when those scenes were filmed. If they were filmed before November of 1978, oh boy. If they were filmed after November of 1978, okay, that makes more sense. But like, Lord. Yeah, John Kim, okay, cool, John. Oh, see, John is like doing notes for us. And again, I cannot go through all of this. I've already been talking for 1 hour and 36 minutes. Oh, there's Boxy again. As for this video itself, I googled photo of current president and his wife. And former president and his wife, and I can say this, truth is stranger than fiction. I mean, the photo is so bizarre. It is so obvious they enlarged the current couple, using some lenses photography techniques, while making the former president couple miniature with the same techniques. Probably, yeah. The living room is very strange, too. Yeah, this is weird. It's weird. Jimmy and Rosalind Carter look like children compared to Joe and Jill Biden. The message is most probably, as you said, we are going to make them what they did look small, to us what we will do. Yeah, well, maybe. There is indeed something very odd about Wendy, too. She is inventing. Her eyes are dopey. And all that mess in books, the doctor, existing or not, sees it and is scanning her. I noticed that while Wendy is wearing a watch over her sleeve, the doctor is wearing a necklace over her turtleneck, or whatever that is. Good observation, Boxy. I think that all three of them have mental issues, are possessed by ghosts, both. Remember what Halloran said about the family calling from the airport, a guy who had asked to borrow the snowmobile. They, not only Jack, not the couple, are crazy assholes, yeah, meaning the entire family. That is another very good observation, Boxy. He did say that at the airport. He called them unreliable assholes. Unreliable assholes. Yeah. That's something to think about. Maybe this will sound far-fetched, exaggerated, but I think that it is Wendy who threw the ball and tried to oh, me too. I think that too. Or maybe Wendy could be reincarnation of... No, I don't think... I personally don't think that The Shining is a supernatural movie. I don't think there are any ghosts. Personally. I could be wrong. But I think it's all about the workings of the human mind. And spirits has to do with the human mind. In my opinion, the way Stanley Kubrick is doing this movie. Just my opinion. But yeah, I do believe that Wendy, if Danny got strangled, it was Wendy who did it. And I said if Danny got strangled. I'm not sure about that either. Not anymore, anyway. I used to be sure about so many things regarding this movie. Now, the more I research it, the more I look at it, the less sure I am. You saw in the Shining documentary that in transition frame between room 237 and the boiler room scene, there's Wendy's reflection in the room. Yeah, very interesting. Jack was very confused about the episode regarding Danny's neck. It was not him who did it. Yeah, he was very confused. You just made me think of something. That scene where Jack is having his nightmare and Wendy comes to him. She runs to see him from the boiler room, and then Danny walks in. That's like a parallel scene to the scene where Jack right after they move in, Jack is typing and Wendy comes in and says, "Hi, hon, how you doing?" And like he annoys her. And again, both of those scenes might all be in Wendy's head. Possibly. I don't know. Remember when crying and disturbed, Wendy enters the gold room to meet Jack. She says to Jack, there's a crazy woman in room 237. She tried to strangle Danny. Yep. Who would Wendy refer to a ghost, to an old hag, as a crazy woman? My current opinion is that Wendy did it and she realized it. Yeah, maybe Wendy... yeah, this is interesting. This is very interesting. Is Wendy playing games? Is Wendy playing some kind of evil game? Or, is Wendy even aware of what she's doing? Maybe she has a split personality. And like that one side of that personality is abusive and the other isn't. I don't know. By the way, you mentioned that you refer to all of us ardent fans of Kubrick as The Shining and The Shining as shiners. You wonder what that could mean. We are trying to figure something out. I think that's what it means. That's why I call us shiners. We are trying to learn whatever it is that Stanley Kubrick is trying to teach us. And this is an unspoken lesson. He's not overtly trying to teach us something. But he's definitely trying to suggest very strongly with the images that he uses in his movies for us to develop our minds in creative ways. That's what I think. Carlos Milopacen, no. Danny says mom. Yeah. The next scene shows us Wendy in the boiler room. That suggests that Wendy is the only one who is really doing the hotel work. That's a good point. If you realize hardly anyone has mentioned the fact that room 237 was locked, and suddenly the keys appear hanging, that shows it was someone real, not a ghost, who opened that room. I wanted to ask you what you think of Ullman's character in the deleted scene. It implied that he was an accomplice in the hotel and could also have been the one who attacked Danny in the room. Ooh, I don't know about that one. Carlos isn't asking me, he's asking Boxy. But, that's tough. I don't think, why in the world would Ullman or Bill Watson or whoever else, hide in the hotel and, just creep around and terrorize the Torrance family? I don't know. To me, that's a little far-fetched, but I'm not going to rule it out as a possibility, but right now I don't think that's what's going on. It is curious that Kubrick deleted many scenes for the European version and left the Halloran ones, even though many of them seem boring. That shows that they are more important than we think for the plot of the film. I think that the scene with the woman in the bathtub could be a representation of Wendy, who is very pretty, physically thin, but rotten inside. The Doctor and Ullman physically resemble each other. In the hairstyle, they lie to Wendy and Jack. I even saw some theory that the Doctor and Ullman look like a bear. This element appears several times in the film in the background. Scene of the bear and the man was... Okay. I don't know. I'll get this stuff. I'll get to it when I get to it. Okay, John, look at all the stuff you wrote, John. Ooh. Almond, Susie, the doctor, and Grady all look like close relatives. I don't know. John, Almond, Susie, the doctor, and Grady. I'm with you, like, partially with Almond, Susie, and the doctor, but Grady too? I don't know about that. Got to think about it. Have you watched the Wendy theory on? Yes, I have, Dave. Yes, I have. Yep, I've commented about it several times in my other Shining videos. In short, I like the theory, but I think there's something strange going on with its disseminator. Yep, I already said that, and I'm not gonna, what'd you call it? I'm not gonna deviate from that. Yeah, the theory itself is good. Whoever originally came up with it is a pretty good thinker, but I think, unfortunately, we're never going to find out who the original and real author of the Wendy theory is. I think Rob Navarro is a plagiarist. There. I mean, I know y'all don't, like, some of you don't agree with me, but I've made my decision regarding that opinion. I think that Rob Navarro is a plagiarist, and whoever Rob Navarro really is should be ashamed of himself. But he's probably not, because, you know, he plagiarizes all the time. Anyway, I think, okay, so I got through part 5, the comments in part 5. And like I said, John, I didn't have time to, like, go through all of John's comments, because there's so many of them. And they're so, like, seriously packed with information that, but I do encourage you to read them. You might learn something. And again, don't forget about, once again, thank you, Anno Domini, Delta Builder, this YouTube channel, and Delta Builder's Shining Sets website. Also, don't forget about Tancred of Tales and all of his videos, but especially, of course, that's why we're here, the Shining related videos. Did I want to shout anybody else out? Oh yeah, and also, don't forget this. I think this is another really good clue. Stanley Kubrick is letting us know that Wendy is the blood sucker in this movie. She's the vampire. Oh Lord. And that gives a whole new spin to all that blood, or what I like to call it, Kool-Aid, you know, the red flavor of Kool-Aid spilling out of that elevator. There, I said it when we get to that scene, or maybe I already said it in the other video where it features Danny's vision and the red liquid coming out of the elevator. Is that blood? Is it blood? Or is it Kool-Aid? Red flavor. Kool-Aid. I don't know. But like I said, blood. Wendy is connected to blood in this movie, and he's visually connecting Wendy to Nosferatu. Anyway, you guys, I've been talking for 1 hour and 48 minutes. Did I say a damn thing? I just don't know. But thank you once again, all of you, for watching this. If you're a returning viewer, thank you for returning. If you're a new viewer, thank you for being new. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, share if you know somebody who's interested in this kind of thing. Thank you for taking a chance. Those of you who are like real fresh, you've never seen any of my videos before, and you have the patience to listen to me like just ramble on and on and on. Thank you so much. Those of you who are here to hate watch, thank you too. I appreciate it. Do I want to say anything else before I sign off? I don't know. I'm tired, but I wanted to do this coffee break video. I've been having coffee, like literally. I've been having coffee while talking through. Yeah, talking through all of this stuff here. And like I said, I will come back to next time for my next like Shining related coffee break. I'm going to do the viewer mail from the first viewer mail video. And I'm going to do part 7. So I guess I can do two videos worth of comments in one viewer mail video. So stay tuned for part 3, you guys, and stay tuned for another Shining video. And if you're interested, check out my other videos. I'm going to continue with my Kill Bill analysis. I'm going to continue with my Full Metal Jacket analysis. And I'm going to continue with... I got to get back to Hunter Biden. I don't know why I dropped off from those, but I'm going to get back to that. And if there's some new shit with the Orlando Museum of Art, I'm going to get on their ass too. So, you guys, once again, thank you for watching. I appreciate it so much. And until next time, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and bid you bye-bye. So, hold on now. Wait a minute. Let me rewind that. Tankard, I told you. Go ahead and email me. You know what to do. Click on this here and let me know the Reddit thread links. Okay, now I'm done. So until next time, you guys, when I find yet another reason to talk my nonsense at you, I'm going to go ahead and bid you bye-bye. So bye-bye, everybody.